Hello, this is General Clausewitz here for another Wargame Red Dragon gameplay. I am playing my Finnish deck on Jungle LAW, I believe, and it's a 3v3. So my allies don't seem to be marking anything here. It's an interesting question as to what I'd like to do. I think I'm going to go right here to Michael. Yeah, because I have these nice Tow 2 carriers. Because the Finnish army has Tow 2s, which is strange for Red 4 unit. So I'm going to kind of see how that works. My two allies, kind of by luck of the draw, are both playing Soviet airborne decks, I'm pretty sure. Well, that's not a Soviet unit. You must have switched decks at the last second there. So actually, I don't know what deck he's playing. Could be an interesting game. So in terms of kind of doing this, the issue with the Finns is their tanks have very good weaponry, but very poor armor. So the only tank that actually has decent armor is their super heavy, this tank right here. So I'm going to buy that, and I'm also going to buy a normal T-72, but I'm going to be careful to keep that back, because it does not have as much armor. Buying two of those Tow 2 carriers. Let's buy two Edo 96s or Bucks for all intensive purposes. And perhaps two of those. Now I have a fair number of points here. I'm going to want something to kind of sneak through this forest. I think I'm going to buy 2 units of shock infantry for that purpose. I am going to need some recon. I like this recon infantry a lot, so I'm going to get 2 units of these. I think I used those to good effect in an earlier video, sneaking along the edge of a map. But I think I'm just going to stick these kind of in the forest here. And I would like something for that bit of forest, because that's conventionally where stuff happens. So with that, I think we're ready to go. I may as well mark that I'm holding command back, even though I don't really like that command location per se. I'm going to put it in this tree line. Because if the enemy has some sort of cluster munitions and they're trying to find commands, that's a good forest to target as well as that. Okay, what are our allies doing? This looks like a Soviet airborne deck. What have you? This looks like a Yugoslav deck. Yeah. I'm not seeing any Czech units, so that's going to be pure Yugoslav, not Entente. I'm playing a pure Finnish deck. I actually like my Baltic Front deck a little bit more than my pure Finnish deck, because it fills in the medium tanks quite nicely, whereas the Finnish deck does not have any medium tanks with decent armor. Well. So the game is just now starting. I'm just going to get everything moving to the front here. And I'm going to make sure to send my infantry to various sides of the field. And that is very unfortunate. Sometimes that sort of thing is planned, especially at the very beginning of the game, to call out extra units or something like that, and then one person can handle the control. I don't really understand the purpose of it. That's unfortunate. Looks like they're not quitting, though, so they are staying in, which is good. Don't quite know why these units aren't moving. I'm sure he has it under control. There they go. Now our ally here is going to want to split up. Who's this? Major Burke? Major Burke's going to want to split up these choppers, because especially with only 4 strength, one hit with the missile is going to deal splash damage. So they're going to want to split that up. There are 2 planes circling here in the back. Don't quite know what they are. And this is going to get decimated by these Celtics. Yeah. That didn't go too well for our ally. I missed the chance to identify those planes. Out of infrared missiles using the Malyukas. Okay, it looks like 2 Tomcats there. That backplane looks like a Tomcat as well. Moving my Edo 90s into position. That's probably my recon infantry, so let's get a unit of recon infantry up there, as well as stick it in the edge of the forest here. So these 2 are my uber heavy tanks, so I'm going to put those on either side, I think. And then I'm going to want to keep this T-72 kind of here, but back a little ways so that it's not immediately in the kind of forefront of everything. I am going to buy a command for Fedor, and mark that so that my allies do not buy another one. But other than that, things seem to be going relatively well. Let's unload this infantry, get this infantry moving. We are playing, looks like total destruction. So I'm going to want to bring these transports back. That's actually a good thing to remember. I can move that there. Okay, so here we have a TOW-2. Looks like a little armored transport, which are going to actually be engaged by my own 2 TOW-2s and my tanks, which actually ended up getting the kill there. Okay, so they're unloading some sort of something in that town. I can pull up some infantry to assault that maybe. But in the meantime, I'm just going to get my infantry moving up here. Sounds like some sort of rocket munitions. Yes. In terms of how to proceed from here, I'm going to move this infantry around here. I'm going to try to get a better... I'm going to try to see how far up I can sneak my recon infantry. Here come the Humvees. Humvees are going to get taken out. Oh, and there were planes. Okay, now we have M1A1 Abrams. These look like LVTPs in the back. I'm going to pull up this tank and kind of slowly creep forward. Perhaps some ATGMs everywhere would be helpful. There's a unit of light riflemen right there. That's going to be a bombing target or something. Because they're just going to be a pain to kind of get out of there. So I got 1 M1 Abrams. Those are those LVTPs that I'm actually going to want to be kind of careful about. I don't know whether I like my TOW-2 all the way up there, because it's going to come under... it's going to kind of be an easy target. My command should almost have arrived, yeah. And I can buy another command, and I think I'm going to put it over here, simply because people don't tend to put commands over here. They tend to put it in this forest, this tree line, or something. I'm going to move this Edo 90, actually, because this position is commonly artied. Looks like a Super Puma. I guess I'm playing Finland, so I have the Super Pumas. It looks like a Puma. Yep. Oh, and now they're going to be engaged by the light riflemen, so I'm going to pull out of that position. I did get the infantry. It was a 15-point unit of infantry inside of there. Don't quite know what that could have been. But in terms of taking this position here... Ooh, those are 2 M1 Abrams. Maybe push up my tanks, see if I can get a good firing angle on them. And get some sort of tank up in the forest here to assist with that push. I don't know, I'm not going to be able to get a good angle on that. I would like to buy a command though, just so that we get some more income here. And my bucks are rather far back, so I'm going to push those up to maybe this tree line. In the meantime, I would like to buy a bomber for that area. Or, this is shock infantry. I should actually... If I sneak around this forest and then get in the building, that should go pretty well. I'm wary of... Okay, so that is the final M1 Abrams there. That is still alive. I am actually in heat rocket range, so let's use up 2 heat rockets and get the kill. Very well. But there are small teams, so I'm going to pull back from that engagement. Not going to go well for me. Can I get those Tomcats? I can. There we go. 2 missiles off on a Tomcat. But I was not able to get the kill. That's unfortunate. Those are going to be LVTPs coming. So perhaps yeah, this assault is going to fail on coming under tank fire. That's unfortunate. I would love to be able to take out those Pumas before they land. Oh, did I leave my Bucks on? Oh, that was stupid. Oh, I should have turned... Oh my gosh, I can't believe I did that. I have not done that in a while. Lost something to kind of a careless siege strike. I think if I actually move this tank over here, maybe that will be able to do the job. Is that seed plane back again? Yeah, that looks like a Raven. Well, that was a solid kill. The light riflemen are going to be engaging my stuff. Well, here comes another Raven. Wants some more, apparently. That's going to get shot down. Or maybe that first plane was a Tomcat because the Raven is 140 points, not 150. Okay, so he took out my Edo 90 there. I'm going to get some elite infantry up for the right here. And I'm being engaged by Commando Marines. It's going to present a bit of a problem. I will get this unit of Commando Paras. Perhaps if I move this tank up to get some sort of fire on those Commando Marines, that's going to be a good method of proceeding. Although it looks like my shock infantry is doing just fine. I'm going to want to target those LVTPs before they do that. And I should be able to get the other one. Yep. He needs to start sending up heavy tanks. And I don't quite know what deck he's playing because I'm facing both French units as well as... Yeah, I'm going to call up some more elite infantry and I'm going to plan on pushing through the forest here. I also need some supply for my Bucks. And I'm going to want another Edo 90. Because these guys seem to be taking... Okay, so he has a plane coming in here. It was almost certainly going after my uber heavy tank. Found a command, which is very nice. I'm going to want to pull this unit back to be resupplied. And I'm actually going to call it... I can call it 2 supply choppers because my Ito 96 also requires some supply. That reminds me, I have another Ito 96 coming. I want to make sure I turn the weapons off on that so that I don't lose that to the same thing that I got it before. So we should now have a significant advantage in terms of point income because we have Michael, although they do have Elena. So just as we are doing well on the right, they seem to be doing well on the left. And actually points are very, very close in terms of overall points. I would love to be able to take this town. But I'm not sure whether I can do it until we have this town because there's armor in this area that will prevent me from pushing into that town. My T-55 is up, which is very nice. So I think eventually if I'm able to get up in here, I can sneak around to Leonid. And that might be a good method of proceeding. I don't know what he's marking there. Ostensibly something that needs to be attacked. I don't really have anything that could help with that. Looks like my elite infantry is arriving though with these Bushmasters that I am going to use to good kind of effect. And I have enough points to get those. I could even buy 3 supply choppers. Yeah, it's not that much supply. I'm going to call those up to get everything resupplied. I may want to think about helping out my teammates here. Well, they actually look to be doing fine. I think what would help us the most is if we were able to take that town. I unfortunately don't have any flame infantry or specialized infantry that would be able to kind of specially assist with that. This T-55 is ready to support my assault here. I wonder what else I can do to kind of push. I'm wary of pushing because he probably has ATGMs up here, although my sightlines would be able to see that. Okay, here comes some Navy SEALs. I need to destroy those because they have those frag launchers. There we go. I'm going to pull back those transports again so that I don't lose them. Here are my special forces that are now up here. And we found 5 Commando Marines. There's the kill. I'm going to move these guys straight up into this forest. And they should kill the Navy SEALs on the way there, those autocannons. Yeah, that looks to be doing a good job. Let's unload this infantry before those transports get taken out. Yep, there, yep. That was a Nighthawk. I should have turned on my AA there. He has a lot of stuff up in that forest. That did a good job of just killing all my stuff. Let me think about how I want to proceed. Well, I did get that unit. Perhaps now if I move in. Keeps kind of trying here to make progress. Keeps not doing too well. I believe I had a unit of recon infantry. Yeah, there it is. So I should be able to flank these SMAWs. Not that flanking SMAWs make any difference. And that's going to be a command. So let's try to take that one out. I should get that command. There goes the command. This forest is now pretty solidly mine. So I'm going to push everything up. Stick them in those kind of tree lines here. I'm going to move one of the TOW2s up to this tree line, one of the TOW2s up to this tree line. Move the recon up. It's really important. Now, in terms of moving in here, I think what I'm going to want is I'm going to want some more infantry. I don't know whether I want to buy the Yakurai. I have a lot of AT stuff currently, so maybe just some infantry to start moving into these forests and such. If I still have one supply chopper, yeah, I can actually land it up here maybe. Now, what would be best suited to kind of help out my teammates? I don't know whether he's going to move into that town, so maybe if I buy 2 RAK 91s, they have those rockets. I can actually use the rockets, stun everything in that town, and I do want to now take this town. That's an ATACMS shell coming in on... I think it got a supply chopper. It's a strange use of an ATACMS. I should have AA here that I want to push up, yeah. And then I want to get my Bucks moving up here as well. Get my T-55 moving. Kind of generally, I'm going to try to get up into Elena here. But I am going to be able to snipe this Puma, it looks like, because it is on the ground. Of course, if the spike missiles hit, that is. Well, there's another shot. That should kill it. No, of course, let's miss twice. Well, looks like there's something still up in here, so let's hold these infantry until my T-55 and other support units can kind of get up here and help out. Let's get that Puma, because that's going to have infantry inside of it. More pumas. So he's calling up a lot of stuff to reinforce this forest. Let's call up some shock infantry to help out there. I'm going to push this tank. I have a pretty commanding presence here, so I'm just going to try to keep pushing up. As soon as I kill whatever those guys just unloaded, my elite infantry is ready, so it's going to have another go at it here. Let's just try pushing a transport there to see what they find. So these pumas have found the location and its legion, so let's pull back. My T-55 is not going to be that helpful. ATACMS shell coming in on that T-72. Yeah, unfortunately, that's well played. I don't quite know when I revealed that location. Probably as I was pushing up, he had recon. We have Tomcats coming in. Let's see if I can get those as they come into range. Will they come into range? No, they're going to stay just out of range. Lots of Legion. Now let's get out of there. That isn't going to go well. I need more infantry. I will, however, pull this Yakurai that's arriving now up here. Let's see what good that'll do. Let's get some more of that recon infantry up here. It's a really nice unit. And that's a really solid bombing target. Aha. Okay. So we got lots of tanks here. Pull up my TOW-2 carriers and get ready for a great tank brawl. Let's drop bombs on these 18 Legion here. Hopefully that bomber will get out. It does appear as if it will. And I'm still doing well here in terms of points, but unfortunately they have an advantage. Perhaps the best method here is to not actually continue to attack straight up here, and to instead take some sort of alternate route. That M1A2 has maintained its position. If that Legion gets its Eric shell away, I am dead. No, okay, let's not. Oh, yeah, that was. We all knew that was going to happen. Land you, and this infantry will arrive not a moment too soon. I think the best chance that I have here is to get infantry up here and to flank around. I could always just smoke off that M1A2. Yeah, let's bring up some mortars for that purpose. Get my new shock infantry moving up here. Well, going to be some nice tank support, and I should be able to clear this forest relatively easily. His units are all going to be depleted. Hopefully my Edo 90 can start shutting off his reinforcements. Gonna keep pushing up in the forest. My recon infantry is coming. Actually, this recon infantry with its missiles will be able to shoot down the incoming kind of choppers that have more stuff coming. And I'm gonna push this recon infantry up here, see what it can see. What is he trying? Probably trying to get these TOW-2 carriers. No, he's trying to get this tank, and he's gonna get it too. So it seems like he's just using an ATACMS to hit anything he can. Looks like he has large clumps of infantry, and I'm just going to start bombing him. Kind of hit everything up in here. I'm seeing no strong AA, which is strange. A lot of kills there. So let's see whether this new infantry will be able to help out in any kind of major way here. Yeah, you see he just keeps bringing in these choppers, and let's just bomb this position. This is just a lot of infantry here. I'm gonna want some more tanks. Does have those Tomcats circling. Tomcats are probably going to shoot down my Hawk 51s, but the Hawk 51s are cheap, and they're going to get a lot of kills right here. Yep. I should, however, turn on my Bucks. They did get one missile away, but the Sea Eagles were already out of there. So I'm just going to have to now pull back, because I can't really hold off that many elite units. Let's see if I can sneak my recon infantry actually up into Leonid. My autocannons are going to be used to good effect here. Let's see what that recon infantry can find. This is just a delaying action. Yeah, this M1A2 has not moved. This is actually where if I had an ATACMS, it would be a good investment. And I'm going to pull back all of these high-value units here. Because they're just going to get taken out. So I'm still outscoring my team, but we are not winning in any way. I'm going to have to keep pumping infantry here onto the right. This Mi-8 is out of supplies, so let's get that resupplied. What's that Rafale doing? Rafale is engaging the MiG-31. That's a long-range interceptor. I don't know why it was that close. Well, he just had Navy SEALs up there. But I think I have to keep buying infantry and pumping it into the right. My transports here should be able to keep an eye on anything. It's an interesting question. I do now have these, so I may as well start shelling things. Although I'm going to be prepared for the ATACMS to come in on them. I think we just need to take this town, is what really needs to happen. If we get that unit of Legion, that would be wonderful. I did get the unit of Legion. I know that he had Mistrals up here, so I want to unload those as quickly as possible. Wow, these transports are really doing a great job. They're obviously going to die, but I mean, they've killed 2-3 units of infantry. And I now know exactly where all of his units are. They are all still in here. This is going to get bombed. Because, I mean, that's just a lot of infantry. Okay, let's try to lead this infantry properly. Hit both sides. Oh, that's not going to drop. Neither is this guy. Snap. Get out. Oh, he has a lot of man pads. So let's not lose that. Let's not lose those planes again. This command is in danger. I'm going to pull it back. More infantry is coming up here. And my last 2 units of shock infantry. And all of this stuff is now in danger, so I'm going to want to pull that back. Pull the mortars back. Oh, those are not Legion 90s. Those are not the ones with the ATACMS missiles. It is now time to just napalm this. I'm going to try to keep the Legion pinned there as my napalm planes come in. I'm able to engage those Mistrals. See whether I can get some kills on those Mistrals. Yeah, there goes one Mistral. Oh, let's see about these Sea Eagles. That should be able to kill the Sea Eagle. Oh, ally killed the Sea Eagle. Let's bring some machine guns to bear. Just generally some stuff to clear this forest, because this forest really needs to be cleared. And that was not my helicopter. We do now have complete control of Gregory, though, which is good. We still do not have Elena. That is another enemy. Well, good, he came back. It's always no fun when they drop. Well, more lag. Must be struggling there. Well, they should keep trying to sneak up the Spetsnaz VMF so that we can actually get good sight here. Let's see. Legion. What are these? Medium machine guns. And that's just a lot of infantry. I guess I'm going to have to start calling up tanks, even though it's not going to be particularly effective, to help just get through this infantry. Because it's just a lot of infantry. It now is, however, sitting still. So perhaps if I wait and I call up some of my RAC 91s, and I'm able to kind of rocket it, that will work. So I'm going to do that. We're getting cluster bombers in the middle. Those ficts are cluster bombers. Should get a lot of kills there on these LVTPs as they're moving in. My Edo 90, I would really like to be able to shoot down these Pumas, because those Pumas are going to be bringing reinforcements. But it does not look as if there's anything I can do about them. I'm going to call out this rocket vehicle here, the MLRS. MLRS, multiple launch rocket system, I think. We never figure out what decks our allies are playing. Well, this is a Yugoslav deck. Okay, so it looks like he's going to napalm that town and then move into it. I guess that's sensible. Getting good kills there. Yeah, unfortunately we are down by a lot. Not much I can do about that, other than keep playing the way that I've been playing. And we'll see what my losses were at the end. I don't think I've been losing that much. I did lose those 2 super heavy tanks to ATACMS shells, which I could have done something about, but really didn't, which is unfortunate. I don't know why we're not moving into this town. We should be moving into this town. And I'm going to keep these transports back here out of range of the Legion in the forest, but they should be able to use their autocannons to good effect. So as soon as my second rocket thing... Yep, there they are. So I'm now going to rocket this forest. Right like that. Let's get them firing. I think it looks a lot like a Smirch, but it fires HE rockets as opposed to cluster munitions. And here come the rockets. 4 more. And I'm going to move them because that ATACMS shell is inevitably going to come in. And here we are, so now I'm going to move my infantry into that forest. And I will call up reinforcement infantry since it's going to be taken out. These guys are probably all out of supply. Yeah, they are. Not much good there. I guess I can pull them back, resupply them, and then bring them forward again. Where are my MI8s? Here they are. Bring those over there, land them. My T-55s have arrived, so I think if there's any kind of group to get through this forest, it has to be this group. All of these Legion are severely depleted in numbers, so I should be able to walk through them pretty easily. There they go. And I'm just going to keep walking here. Seeing how far I can get. Keep calling up tanks because I'm going to have to push up there. I guess I don't really have time. Yeah, okay. 30 US Marines. That's going to be fun. A lot of transports. bomb that, though. It's going to be a good bombing target. Let's take out these hemps. So those are expensive. Well, I think I'm doing about as well as can be expected in this forest. So that was another good kill there. All of these units are now damaged and so on and so forth. Let's get these cluster bombers. Ah, he got my command. Which I suppose makes sense since I had to move it to the obvious location. Perhaps I could have moved it back now that I'm all the way over here. But who knows. Ooh, I did notice his AA location. So perhaps if I rocket... I mean, he's almost certainly have stuff all in this forest, so I'm going to rocket that and then move in just like I did before. Since that seemed to work last time. These are reloaded, so this shouldn't be that big of a problem. And my new infantry will have arrived. I would like some more tanks. Not that they'll arrive in the 2 minutes needed. Or rather, left. That loss of the command was truly unfortunate. The rockets are firing now. The volley is completely away, so we're going to wait for all of that to land. Moving in now. That Super Entendard is going to kill the tank. I'm definitely going to shoot it down. It did destroy a tank. So I think that was an even trade. That tank was 120 points, and the plane was 120 points. So I'm now finally able to walk through this forest. Took long enough. Tornado IDSs and such coming in. He's now going to do the same thing I did to him. Let's try to shoot down one of those tornadoes. Did get one of them. Yeah, those were unfortunately good bombs. Killed a lot of my infantry. But I still have these autocannon transports, which still can do good work. These autocannons will be able to take out his reinforcements as they come in. So LVTPs are almost certainly carrying Marines. Legion is going to be a problem. I don't think I really have a choice. I just kind of have to keep engaging. I can, however, pull up my tanks and such in an effort to cut out his reinforcements, maybe. Well, that was the game. So I did go quite positive. That's about a 3,000, 3,200 to 2,700, maybe 1.3-ish. Both of them played a good game. In terms of kind of units, my mid-mods both did, well, there's one of them. The other one didn't do that well, but that one did a good job. And then it just became that kind of massive forest fight. Look at all these Legion kills. Those were those hero transports. But yeah, very good game. And as usual, the deck code will be in the description, and any comments, etc. are more than welcome. So thank you for watching.